The silent depression, as it seems to the average everyday worker, life has gotten exponentially more expensive and some might say exponentially more stressful. From working a full-time job just to pay the bills, to moving in back with your parents due to the cost of living, life in America has certainly taken a dip.
This is what I'm struggling with in America right now in my 20s. Why is everything so expensive? Why am I making more money waitressing than I would make using my college degree? I barely have a life. I have 2 days off and I work Wednesday to Sunday, doubling just to pay my bills. At 22 years old, all of my bills are in my name. I have no help. How are y'all affording housing? In Myrtle Beach, a 1-bedroom apartment is $1,500. Bullshit. How are y'all getting insurance, going to the doctor, getting medicine? And then some of us are trying to be TikTok influencers. Who knows where that's going to get me? Me and my boyfriend are saving, but we barely see each other during the week, and it feels like we're working our asses off for nothing. Do we need to move somewhere for a better job opportunity that we don't know about? Do any of y'all really know what you want to do with your life right now? It is so scary being in America right now.
While our government keeps telling us the economy is booming, revenues are growing, and the job market is expanding, that just doesn't seem to be the case for the average American worker.
How are people affording life right now? How are people tackling this cost of living?
We're not. Truth of the matter, most of us are living paycheck to paycheck with credit card debt. I know people who are legitimately putting gas and groceries on credit cards just so that they can get back and forth to work. I believe that this is what most people are now calling the silent depression. $100 has become the new $20 and it's ridiculous, but the best thing about it is that people have shifted their core values. Look at this app alone and all the videos of all the retailers on Black Friday that nobody was there. They just don't care anymore. People are realizing that if it doesn't bring value into my life, then I don't need it. And while I don't get political on this app, you're having people on both sides of the aisles going, yeah, this kind of sucks. Right wing, left wing, it doesn't matter. It's the same bird. And now so many Americans are going, I don't care. I think it's woken a lot of people up to the idea of why are we funding things that we don't care about when all of us right here are struggling. It's changed the people's attitude in the workforce to where a job is just a job. You used to be very loyal to a job, but they've seen that there's no employee loyalty because there's no employer loyalty. People aren't putting up with toxic bosses anymore. You're either going to treat me right or I'm going to leave, because there's tons of companies that are hiring because nobody can find help. People just don't trust the system anymore, and they're starting to focus on what matters the most. Most people are out here making more money than they ever have and realizing that it's not going anywhere, so they're just not spending it. And what has made a lot of people turn their back on the system is that now they somehow either make too much or not enough money to qualify for the government assistance that they've been paying into their entire life. There are people out there who can't afford to buy the groceries, but they make too much money to get the food stamps. A lot of people are out here calling it the depression. I like to call it the awakening. People are just realizing how much they can get done on their own and that they don't need the government to hold their hand. So to go back to your question, how are people making it? Financially, I don't really know, but I'm very grateful that people are starting to look for answers.
With prices skyrocketing, the cost of housing becoming increasingly unaffordable, groceries more than doubling just in the past 4 years, and many people living paycheck to paycheck, it is no surprise that many are calling this the silent depression.
The economy is fine. We have no idea what you people are complaining about. Is it fine? Because the majority of the country can barely afford to live right now. Unemployment is 4%. You all have jobs. Yeah, everybody has jobs and the jobs don't pay close enough to live comfortably. What do you mean they don't pay enough? We raised minimum wage in some places. Minimum wage doesn't even pay enough to be able to live in a dumpster. The prices of dumpsters have gone up, I will give you that. But the stock market's doing well. None of us have enough disposable income to be able to put into the stock market. Well, maybe y'all would have more disposable income if you didn't spend your money on such frivolous things, like children and food or whatever. Those things are necessities to live, and we've been taking out a tremendous amount of debt in order to afford them. So what? Debt is great. We're in debt. Yeah, you guys are in a crazy amount of debt. Yeah, we're in so much debt. It's $33 trillion. It's not even a real number anymore. Okay, so does that mean we don't have to pay it, or? Oh no, I mean we don't have to pay our debt, but you got to pay it. If you don't pay your debt, you're screwed. Jesus Christ. All right, I'm just gonna see if I can start a pyramid scheme or something.
The way things are going right now, we need a change. This way of life is inherently unsustainable. We need change, we need improvement, we need progress. All which our government seems very incapable of doing. It would seem it is up to us, the people, to create that change.